Monday, about 6 days out from JCI2. And I have no idea what I weigh. I just got back from a 3-week traveling experience. I wouldn't call it vacation because I was essentially training in different locations throughout the entirety of my traveling. I went to Thailand, Bangkok, Phuket, Tokyo for a little bit, bounced down to South Florida for Christmas, and then spent about a week in the Dominican Republic, La Romana, for New Year's. Again, training the whole time, but have no idea what I weigh, so we gotta make sure we make weight on Friday. We'll check back in later this week as we get closer to showtime. All right, it's Friday night. Gonna hit a little bit of check-in here. I'm feeling sharp. I'm feeling good, hitting everything that I've been working on in practice and in training, and ready to go execute the game plan tomorrow. And I'm gonna disconnect a little bit, just try to stay focused on the task, be present in the moment, live in the moment. We'll touch back after the event. Okay, hit a little recap, thoughts on how I went. I'm not thinking about winning. I'm not thinking about having my hand raised or being on the top of the podium. I'm thinking about all the hard work that I put in to execute when it matters. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go execute. See you guys later.
Where's the hands? Where's the hands?
Cowboy Joe. Start, stop. Stop.
Hands right away. Get off your hip. Oh yeah. Get your spot. Go for it. Go for it. You can give me a heel. Hey, let's go. Good time, bro. Rest on, get down. 30 seconds. We don't need to go overtime. 21 seconds. Come on, baby! Get it
instead of having a good time.
Good for you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, 24-hour rule. It's almost over, so let's recap. Okay, Jeff Curran Invitational 2, JCI2, the Ascension. Okay, it was in my hometown where I played college. I mean, high school football, right? It's where I grew up, down the street from where my parents still live. Really special night, full of a lot of great memories. I had some friends, lots of family. It was my mom's birthday, and I went out there and did my best to put on a show because I just want to entertain and inspire. You know, a lot of jiu-jitsu can get wrapped up into like just sitting down on your butt, playing footsie, being lazy, being boring, and I don't want that. I don't want golf to be more exciting than jiu-jitsu, a combat sport. Okay, so I wrestled a little bit. I pulled guard a little bit. I swept. I passed the guard. I tried to enter the legs. Okay. I had a couple upper body attacks that didn't end up going all the way through. I had a darts that was getting locked up as we were kind of rolling out of bounds. And so we got reset in a neutral position, which is unfortunate. But, you know, that's the name of the game. You got to keep it in bounds. You know, if a football player, basketball player catches a ball out of bounds, what is it? It's out of bounds. It doesn't matter what would have happened. It was out of bounds. So I really, really, really wanted to get a choke and showcase that part of my game that I've been working a ton on. And, you know, just trying to get back to my roots. Not trying to focus on doing a bunch of random things. Just trying to get really good at a few things that can really make a difference. You know, I don't need to be average at a million things. Just to be really, really good at a select few things that can bring me success at the highest level. So time's running out. It's about 25, 30 seconds left. And, you know, regulation was going to end. And I wanted to get the finish regulation. So, based on my opponent's reactions, I had a lot of opportunities to enter close guard earlier on in the match. Reverse close guard, that is. Didn't really want to do it. Wanted to showcase other parts of my game. But, you know, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay, so I enter into reverse close guard. Okay, get a couple pops. Okay, on a modified toe hold. Ended up rolling over where I am chest facing the ground, a little bit stronger position. For me, in order to get to the finish, kind of limits my opponent's mobility, and I really kind of put that thing on. Get a couple more pops and get the tap, okay, with about, you know, 2-3 seconds left. I'm not sure how much time was actually left in regulation, but, you know, we got the tap, got the hat from Coach Joey, Cowboy Joey, okay. He's been making lots of jokes lately that, you know, he's a smaller version of me, but, you know, in all reality, he's a much more impressive athlete than I ever have been in my entire life. But, you know, I aspire to be that fluid, that technical, and that smooth, explosive, dynamic, acrobatic. And he's super impressive. He's one of my favorite grapplers in the entire world. He's so exciting to watch and so inspirational to see him go out there and compete as well. So, you know, I like to say I'm the big, shitty version of Joey, and, you know, hopefully eventually I can just be the bigger version of Joey. But, you know, we're climbing, trying to get there and just, you know, be well-rounded and entertaining. So yeah, buzzer beater, got the modified toe hold finish from reverse close guard towards the end in front of my hometown crowd. It was my mom's birthday, so that was super special. I got a moment on the mic to kind of give her a little shout out, a little message. So I hope the crowd enjoyed the show. Got a ton of messages. My inbox has been flooding. Social media, Instagram has been blowing up, and it's been hard to kind of keep up with responding to everybody. So, you know, please be patient with me. If you're seeing this YouTube video before I get back to you guys, just please give me a second. But 24-hour rule, okay? Got a few hours left. Going to celebrate a little bit more. And then Monday we'll be back to work. We'll be at the farm, baling hay, chasing chickens, picking up pigs, and wrestling cows, man. You know how it is. So celebration, I think, was probably my favorite part.
Come on, baby! Get
And, you know, of course, you know, I brought a lot of energy into it. I was practicing a lot of my capoeira stuff on my world travels, my training camp leading up to this event. And, you know, I say training camp, but it really was. I was training. I definitely prepared to my best ability for each and every single match. And people were asking me about my opponent, and, you know, I didn't really know too much about him, but I ended up learning that he was a, you know, brown belt. He's a little bit bigger than me, and he played Division I football at the University of Utah. So high-level athlete, you know, high-level grappler. Everybody's really, really good on this stage. You know, it's professional jiu-jitsu, and there's levels to it, but it's a professional jiu-jitsu event. So everybody's going to be good. Everybody's going to prepare. Everyone's going to be good at something. They're going to find the finish. And he had a moment where he grabbed a Kimura trap, and I tried to pass and roll out of it and counter, and he was able to kind of sit me to my back and almost and sweep me for a second. Wasn't able to say I was top control. I just rolled right through, got back on top, got back to work. I was able to showcase lots of good wrestling stuff, things I've been working on in my vacation. And Joey and Kyle, my coaches, kind of laughed a little bit because they saw that I was, laughing a little bit when I was going through some of our exchanges on the feet.
Where's the hands? Where's the hands?
That's because I was getting reactions that I had been drilling while I was on vacation on the beach. Again, vacation. I was preparing meticulously for this opponent in this match, but I was getting reactions that I wanted, and I smiled, and he immediately did the same sequence and ended up finishing a big double leg to end up on top, start passing guard, working to, get the finish, and we ended up doing so before regulation timed out. So appreciate everybody who's been showing me love. We recently lost a good friend, Steve Koscinski, earlier this week. He lost a battle with ALS. And off the top of my head, I don't know what the acronym is, and I apologize for that, but it's a neuromuscular degenerative disorder, or disease, whatever you want to classify it as, or whatever it is classified as. But he battled for a super long time, a lot longer than I think most doctors gave him to battle. And, I felt really good to kind of go out there and do something in his name and, go put on a show for him and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I can't thank everybody enough for showing me the love, and we'll wrap it up here, and we'll be back at the farm, man, putting in the work. Thank you.
We're outlaws and angels running on fumes.